everyone. Well, I'm with Jolene Chen, who is the Chief HR Officer of Prudential PLC, and Jolene's in Hong Kong. Hi, Jolene.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Matt. Nice to see
Good
you
to
again
see.
after this long while. At least we get
It's
to
a
meet virtually.
yeah. It's been a really long
It's
while.
inter-
You're still looking great, and
Thank you.
yeah. What has this period been like for you over the last quarter?
Well, actually, it's interesting. Maybe I should talk a little bit about personally. Personally, I used to do. I have two locations, right? Been based in Singapore, well, Singaporean in Singapore. And actually, in terms of location, other than traveling around the region, I'm actually based here in Hong Kong. And so I used to do this weekend shuttling between Hong Kong and Singapore, Friday night, Monday, back here, and that type of hectic lifestyle. So this has changed completely. So while I used to do that, I've now maybe, besides working from home, I then come here maybe once a quarter, which means to say that I do quarantine on both sides, yeah, to be with
Right.
the team here to a certain way, because Hong Kong has opened up quite a fair bit here, although things have changed. So what I'm doing now is coming in, quarantine for 2 weeks, go to the office for about 6 weeks, and then going back to Singapore again. But it has certainly changed the way that I work, very much so. Yeah, of course,
That's good.
you heard about how people work differently. I'm the same, but I have this added little different in terms of dimension to balance my work and my life, to be with the family as well. Yes.
That's really interesting. So you're still doing the commute, but just at a far
Yes. Yes.
slower, more considered interval. So
Yes.
what have been the changes at Prudential that this has brought about, this new way of existing?
Yeah. So I think that we have a few things we have done. We have also relooked at and refreshed our purpose. So if you can see on the screen, I don't know whether you could see it on the
Yes,
screen, right? On the
we
screen.
help get people. We help people get the most out of life.
Yes. So that is our renewed and refreshed purpose that we have done and looked at. And this has also brought out a lot of because of who we are, been, we're very strong in the region. We are into the, although we're insurance business, but we look at us as providing for people's health and wealth and ensuring that we deliver the promise of future financial security for customers. So I thought, we did a bit of renewal and to test the ground with people. So more than just engagement surveys, which I think a lot of companies have moved on to, be done a little bit differently and test and said, does this purpose resonate with you? And so this is a step forward that we have looked at. We also done a bit of survey and said, how do you feel that we have handled the COVID situation? And we find that across the world, in that sense, right? People thought that we have handled it fairly well. Now, what does that mean, right? We've provided COVID cover for our customers itself, encouraging new customers to sign up with us with this coverage, which I think is important for us to signal to the community that we are responsible as well. So that's one part of it. I think internally we've managed to put in place working from home, just like a lot of companies, which actually in the height of it's almost like close to 90% across the world. And I think that's interesting as well. More than that, I think that we have also delivered to customers and to agents, where we look at delivering in like 1,000 of customers and agents in terms of virtual sessions, over a period of time, 30 sessions that we have over a three months period. So that has changed completely the way of us looking at things. So just like a lot of companies, we have done it, but we have done it in a way that I think is quite high impact, and we have put in place this to integrate it with our business practices as well. That's what we have done a lot. Yeah.
Now, you've obviously got a particular passion in
Yes.
talent management. For those listening, Jolene was once the the group head of talent for Standard Chartered. That was your role, wasn't it? Or was head of the talent for Consumer Bank?
Both, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Moving through both. But with talent, what does this mean about how an organization like Prudential will look after employees in the future, and how's this changed the boundaries?
Okay, so I think that when you say responsible for, I think all HR people, right? I think all HR people, especially CHR role itself, I think talent is the most important thing. I think the second thing is around cultural transformation. And then the whole digital savviness as we move ahead. So I think these are the three things. So if we look at our talent, we have definitely looked at them and said, what do they need? What type of support can we give to them? So we've done a lot of virtual sessions as well with them, to make them feel that we give them resilience. How can they get better in terms of the resilience level? What does it mean, the things that they control and they can't? How do we help them in that journey? We also looked at areas where it makes sense to give them a coach to help them during this transition, and role model them as well in terms of senior management, and to align our purpose, to make sure that they align to what we do as well. And it's really important. And one of the things is that I think that with the talent, we will make a commitment to them. I think these are the things that we are going through as well at this moment of time, right? It's to say that it's a deal with talent, right? They give us their time, their passion, and their energy. And what we want them is to bring their true selves to work, the authentic selves to work. I think that we should honor that trust that they place on us, and we have to provide them a safe platform, a platform that they can connect, grow, and succeed. So this is where I think that is the deal with talent. Today's world is the deal that counts. Rather than we just take care of them, we have to make sure that we have that understanding both ways as well, and that will create that meaning of work for both the talent and meaningful for the companies.
I like that agreement. It's a far more holistic way of thinking.
Yeah, and that will then appeal to the different generations that we have today in terms of where we are across the world in terms of talent, all sectors and segments. It's the deal that we form. Is that yeah.
And how do you think your industry is going to change as a result of this, and what sort of transformation is happening right now?
I think that if you look at it, right, we will have got used to the industry. You talk about what will it be? Is it going to be a V cycle? Is it going to be a hockey stick and recovery? I think it will be a W shape in that sense. It will be stop, go, right? Depending on a few things like the rate of infections, and depending on the consumer taste, and depending on the regulators itself. So I think we are affected by all that, right? But yet I think that if we stay true to our purpose to help people get the most out of life, which is then we look at providing of financial security, there will definitely be that demand. But I think we need then to think of a way of how do we bring that closer to the customer, whether it's to the digital way, to the virtual way, and to influence that outcome. That's what it will be. It would be different, and therefore talk about new norm. How do we make sure the new norm is here to stay? It's just like us working from home. It's very easy over a period of time. Let's revert to going back to the office, right? But how do you create a new norm to make sure that you sustain that over a period of time and actually address some of the needs of people? Very stressed. So how do you address the stress? So how do you provide that level of security and the safety for them? A safe work environment is, I think, what a lot of people look for as well.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that was Jolene Chen at Prudential in Hong Kong. Thanks very much, Jolene.
Thank you.